Being useless to men changed my life.
The best way to protect your energy as a woman is be useless.
And you need to start striving to be useless to men.
And cherish the useless woman and they use the useful woman.
Being useless to men changed my life. As women, when we love someone, our first instinct is to nurture them. We do things for them, we make their lives easier, we solve problems before they even become problems. We think that if we're selfless enough, they will appreciate us more and become more attached to us. But psychology suggests the opposite. And my friend was the perfect example. She made breakfast for him every morning, took the trash out. She thought every act of service was increasing her value in the relationship. What she didn't realize was that every task was increasing her investment in him and not his. Researchers call this the Benjamin Franklin effect. When people do favors for someone, they end up liking that person more, as their brain subconsciously tries to justify the effort. If I'm willing to do this for someone, then they must be valuable. My friend thought that every breakfast, every phone call, every inconvenience she was helping her boyfriend with was making him love her more. And psychologically, that was making her more attached to him. I think a lot of women, including myself, accidentally do the same thing. We become so focused on proving our value that we eliminate any opportunity for him to prove his.
Hello guys, welcome back. So today's topic is be useless to a man. So guys, a lot of ladies now are out there dishing out advice of how to be useless to a man, and for some people it's kind of weird. What do you mean being useless to a man? Anyway guys, without talking too much, we'll be diving into this video now so that we can hear out from these ladies what they mean by being useless to a man. But guys, before then, if you are coming across us for the first time and you like this kind of content, kindly hit on the red subscribe button. Thank you so much, and let's dive in.
And you need to start striving to be useless to men. Never hold a man down, never be the ride or die. I'm going to take it a step farther as one of the most useless women. And I love that about myself, because you know what I can't understand is a woman who's sitting there crying saying how a man used her. A man can't use you if you give him nothing to use. When I moved to LA, people warned me about this. They're like, be careful of LA, people are going to use you. What the fuck would I give someone to use? You are never gonna catch me giving someone money. I'm not going to sleep with a stranger. I'm not giving out free labor. Use me where? If you are going to be around me, it is because my mere presence is valuable, and I am only going to share that presence with people who are equally valuable. Otherwise, I'm completely useless. And the only people who are gonna get up in arms about this and be a complainant were people who wanted to use you. People who wanted to use you as an indentured servant, as a mother, and as an unpaid prostitute. I already explained in my last video how the woman who holds a man down, who is the ride or die, will always lose, because psychologically that man is devaluing every time you're holding him down after he hurts you. So not only am I going to be useless, I am leaving at the first sign of struggle. Is not only do I know you're going to end up devaluing me, but also we live in a patriarchy. The world is fucking built for you. What do you mean you're struggling? And it's so funny. I already know that the word being useless is going to trigger people, but what have men been? Have they been useful? Because the times that they are useful, it's usually for their money, right? And then they get mad at us and they say, oh yeah, I don't want a gold digger. Men have never had an issue with being useless. This is what their weaponized incompetence has been. This is women who are married to men who act like children, who are making little jokes about how stupid their husbands are, about how their husbands don't help out around the house, about how they have to ask their husband to babysit their own children for them, about how they have to make appointments for their husbands, about how they have to write down a list of the groceries to get at the grocery store and probably put Pictionary next to the groceries because he can't figure it out. I already know the men are going to come in the comments and crying and saying, well, then have fun being alone. Baby, I beg the men to leave me alone. They won't leave me alone. They don't care. They don't care about videos like this. Why? Because they don't fucking listen. It's my literal dream to have them leave me alone. That's why I'm a useless woman. They won't do it. They won't do it. But you know who they do leave alone, who they do devalue, is the bird brain pick Misha women who say, please love me, please choose me. I love you. I'm going to forgive you even though you cheated on me, even though you hurt me, even though you abused me. And they are going to use that woman until there is nothing left. You're not doing it to me. I have nothing to use. Useless.
Be useless to that man. Yes, I said it. Unfortunately, a lot of women learn the hard way. Stop being his therapist. Stop being his life coach. Stop being his assistant. Stop being a woman who solves every problem before he even has to face it. Let him carry his own weight. Because sometimes the more you do for a man who hasn't fully committed to you yet, the less opportunity he has to show you what he's willing to do for you. If you're always fixing, planning, reminding, organizing, rescuing, you're doing all the work while getting very little information about who he actually is as a partner. Stop planning every date. Stop starting every conversation. Stop carrying the entire connection on your back. Relationships aren't supposed to be one person performing and the other person observing. Please take a step back, pay attention. When you stop over functioning, does he step up? When you stop initiating, does he reach out? When you stop solving, does he find solutions? A healthy relationship isn't built on one person's effort. It's built on mutual investment. You keep showing your value, but has he really shown his? Because a man who is genuinely interested won't need you to do everything for him. He'll give you something to work with. And that's the difference between being appreciated for who you are and being relied on for what you do.
If a man is using you, he's likely to feel very comfortable doing these things with you. One, he's likely to feel comfortable taking from you. I do not mean feel comfortable with receiving a gift from you or doing something nice from you for him. I mean taking from you, using your resources without thought of replenishment, without thought of making it up to you, and most importantly, without thought of his situation changing. A man who is comfortable depending upon you and your resources and having no discomfort of any sorts. The second thing is a man who is comfortable seeing you struggle. The way that a man expresses his love is by doing. Even if he cannot do anything directly about your pain or struggle or suffering, he's likely to want to do something to want to make you feel better. If he's not doing anything about your struggle and he's in fact comfortable, almost joyful seeing you struggle. Number 3, he's comfortable giving to other women, but not you. You've heard how he treated his exes. You've heard what he's bought for this person. But none of those things have happened for you. And you can also see him and the way he offers help to other women, but he's comfortable expending his resources, his help for other women, but not to you.
You can always tell when a man is used to dealing with women who don't have motion. And when I say motion, I'm not talking about the finest, most attractive woman in the room. I'm not talking about the woman who can, attract a lot of different men because of the way that she looks. I'm not talking about the woman who can even sex better, right? I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm talking about a woman who is kind. I'm talking about a woman who is caring. I'm talking about a woman who's considerate. I'm talking about a woman who thinks before she speaks. I'm talking about a woman that is deliberate and intentional, right? I'm talking about a woman that has a keen awareness of self. I'm talking about a woman who is invested in her mind and in her spirit. I'm talking about a woman who loves herself so much that she is willing to let go of her desires and her pleasures because it contradicts the way that she knows that she deserves to be loved. I'm talking about a woman who is willing to stand on business, to speak truth to power, to stand up when shit is not right. I'm talking about the type of woman, y'all, that when she comes into your life is forever changed. That everything that you thought you knew, you don't know. I'm talking about the type of woman when you come into her life, when she comes into your life, her presence will forever be felt, even when she is physically no longer with you. I'm talking about the type of woman that'll have you looking at everybody from your past and questioning, why the fuck did I even consider this to be special? That type of woman. The type of woman who is just beautiful. And you feel it when you're around her. She vibrates with beauty, okay? And you can tell when a man is not used to that caliber of a woman. He has not come into contact with that type of woman. And hey, let's get into it. He wasn't raised by that type of woman. So it's very evident, it's very clear. Because usually, y'all, these type of men, they will resist you. They will run away from you because love is you represent so much love and peace that a man that is so used to chaos and toxicity and the drama and the ups and downs and the high highs and the low lows, he can't do stability. He can't do these things that, that's this type of woman comes with because it's seen as boring. It's seen as too predictable. He's intimidated because he's scared of her ability to be composed and calm, even in the face of him acting a damn fool. So what I'm saying to y'all is, sisters, be not offended. Take it as a compliment and go the other way.
The fastest way to see a man's intentions is so simple. Stop making everything easy for him. When you stop rearranging your schedule for last-minute plans, he suddenly has to plan ahead. When you stop accepting bare minimum effort, he suddenly has to put in actual effort. When you stop being endlessly understanding, he suddenly has to be accountable. And this is where men separate themselves. A man who is serious about you steps up when you show your standards. He becomes clearer. He becomes more intentional. He becomes more consistent. But a man who only enjoyed the perks of your flexibility, he disappears the moment you stop bending over backwards. That is the power of standards. Save this, send to a friend that needs to hear it, and follow me for more No BS Dating Help.
A woman should never make a man's life easier. She should make it better. If you make a man's life easier, you are solving his problems for him. He will lose respect for you and for himself. So what do you do to make a man's life easier? Number one is when you listen to him complain about his problems or vent about his problems, you reflect with him. You do not rescue him. You say, that sounds hard. Like, what do you think you should do? What's the outcome you're hoping for? You don't give him ideas like, you should do this. You could do this. Nope, you never problem solve. If you are absolutely dying to nudge him, you could ask him a question that will plant the seed in his head. Like, what's the best thing you could do next? Do not hold men accountable. They need to hold themselves accountable. So what this looks like is you're not helping make his life easier by meal prepping for him, making his protein shakes, making sure he goes to the gym by being his gym partner. You can instead say, wow, you're looking so good. Like, I can tell that it's working. I'm really proud of you for staying on track. If a man is stressing about money or his job, do not help him out financially. Do not give him tips. You tell him, I know you will figure it out.
From what I can understand for this video, being useless to a man does not necessarily mean that you should be useless like in the relationship. It just means that you should know your worth. Like, don't let man overuse you. You know that some people in relationship, they tend to spend not just their time, in fact, they spend their attention like overdo in that relationship. And one thing I notice about men is that the more you do, you feel like maybe the more you are doing for them, that will make them to love and value you. Reverse is the case for men, and I don't know why it's like that. The more you do for them, the more they feel the kind of as if you are like, I don't know, like the person is worthless. You see there, a lady that does not even do much for them in that relationship, they tend to value the lady the more. They tend to appreciate the lady the more. They might even end up marrying the lady, and you kind of question yourself, like, what did I do wrong? Upon everything I've done for this guy, my time and attention, I think I did my best, but how did this happen? So that's why these ladies are giving us this advice now, so that you know what to do in that relationship, because this is coming from experience, not just because they just want to talk. Most of them, they are talking from experience. Anyway, guys, without talking too much, let's read one or two comments. As you all know that in this place, sometimes, not every time, I take comments, both good, both negative comments, so we can see people's reaction. Let's read this comment first, then we'll continue. So the first person here said, I just love how women are waking up and making content about this. Yes, this kind of content is eye-opening for women. Yes. So this other person said, I'm 67 years old listening to you, and I gotta agree with you because I have seen it. You see what I'm talking about? I know women who repeatedly have given them money, who has cooked, cleaned, and have run chores for them, who can't do enough for them, and the man always end up cheating on them. You see what I'm talking about? Not always cheating, sometimes they end up marrying another woman behind them. Like, so that is why you have to know what you are doing in that relationship. It's not by doing too much. Anyway, guys, let's continue the video, then I will read other comment for you later.
Okay, this is your reminder that men don't love you for the things that you do for them. Men love you for the person that you are and for the value that you bring to his life by being kind, compassionate, caring, nurturing, and just being there and brightening up his world. So stop doing so much, relax. He's not with you because he wants you to do his chores and cook and clean. And if he is, then girl, get out of there. He can go find a cleaner, he can go find a chef.
And cherish the useless woman, and they use the useful woman. My darling, let me give you a tip today. Too many women break their backs, become the doormat, become the ladder to a man's success, and then the man, when he becomes successful, leaves her at a heartbeat for another woman who was his dream woman. My darling, a man will cherish a woman who's useless but makes him feel like he is actually the hero over a woman who's useful and does make him feel like he's a competition with her. Men, a lot of men are very insecure from inside. They project the I am the hero, I am the big one, I am the messiah sort of personality to the society and to you. But in reality, they're extremely insecure to the point they're competing with everybody, particularly other men, particularly everybody who he thinks he is supposedly should be better than, but is not better than. And if he sees his partner is better than him in financially, in career-wise, a lot of these men suddenly change 360. A lot of men are intelligent as well, so they use the useful woman and climb up the ladder and then leave her in a heartbeat for a useless woman who thinks he is her messiah, he is her hero, makes him feel the masculine man, the masculine hero. And this happens because in a society, a good woman is told to do every work. She is raised while the man is loved.
My ladies, I need us to be useless to men. Okay, I need you to stop doing shit for that man. This is how we give them purpose. Okay, let me explain. Men are natural hunter and gatherers. They're natural warriors. This is why they love to fight and go to war and do competitions and play sports and do all that jazz. They need a purpose. They need something to lead them to a goal. They need a mission. This is why they love video games, because they want to go on these fucking missions and they need to capture something. They need to accomplish a goal. This is what gives them purpose. Make his purpose, make his mission to be pleasing you, to be making you happy. Because then every day he wakes up with the want and the need and the drive to make your life as easy as possible. I have learned this the hard way, that the second you start doing shit for a man, rearranging his life, making his life better, fixing his problems for him, is the minute that he's going to lose respect for you and he's going to get complacent and he's going to become a zero effort man. I want you to be as useless as a Victorian child in the 30s with a rare disease, okay? I need you to not see doorknobs, okay? They don't exist to you anymore. Every door will miraculously open for you. Let that man do that. You want some water? You're thirsty? I'm really thirsty, babe. Let him figure that out. Oh my God, she's thirsty. How do I solve that? Babe, I'm really hungry. That's his mission. He's got to figure it out. Get some Postmates, take you out. He's got to cook you something up in the kitchen. Get your ass in the kitchen, sir. There is a reason why all the hardships fall on women. While we get our periods, we get menopause, we have to deal with childbirth, we have all these aches and pains every month. Out of nowhere, we deal with premenopause, we deal with all these unsightly and difficult things in the world, all this inequality. It is because we are meant to go through all that so that we can have a lavish life and be taken care of. So of course it is a man's duty to make our life easier when we have to go through all this shit. So I want you to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, queen. Let that man serve you, okay? Because nothing will make him happier, I promise you.
Men are users from the jump. The moment they come into contact with you, they are there to use you. There is a big goddamn difference between being a man hater and understanding the intentionality of men. I get this question non-stop. Do you hate men? No, I don't. I understand men. And there's a huge goddamn difference. Understanding men's intentions will allow, I thought my daughter was in the corner, will allow you to intentionally date. Meaning you will understand where men are coming from, the psychology of men, how to get them attached to you, and how to make that benefit you. This is something that men have understood for a very fucking long time. When a man gets with a woman, their first thing that happens is they become more valuable. You are valuable on a man's arm. Inherently, with nothing. $0 to your fucking name. Nothing. You are valuable. And what you're not understanding is when you understand the intentionality of men, you are able to use that, to harness that, and make it benefit you. Whether that's for their personal gain, whether that's for your money, whether that's for a societal boost, whatever it is, they will benefit from you being there. And they understand this. And this is what I'm always trying to preach to you guys. You need to be intentional. If you plan on having a man in your life, you must be intentional. You must understand the psychology of men. I'm trying to put you on game here from a 38-year-old who's made all the mistakes. Men do not love you. Understand this. Accept this. They do not love you. They love what you benefit to them. The housework, the emotional labor, the schmecks, the societal standpoint that they raise when a beautiful woman is on their arm. Period. They understand that. The rest, they tolerate. So don't be a man hater. Be intentional about understanding why men do what they do. Okay, is that clear? I hope so. I love you.
The only way to make a man obsessed with you is to do Nothing. Let me explain. Here are all the things that men compliment you on. Your looks, your fitness, your energy, your success. And where was that investment made? In you, in you, in you, in you. Now let's look at the things that he never compliments you on. All the sacrifices you make for him. How clean you made the house. That you cancelled on your friends to prioritize him. And where was that investment? In him, in him, in him. Because masculine psychology is simple. Men chase what's above them. So when you're building yourself, you're ascending. And he has to climb up to reach you, i.e., chasing mode activated. But when you start doing everything for him and investing in him, you've killed the challenge. And no challenge equals no dopamine equals no obsession. This is why the acts of service love language backfires with men early on. You think you're showing him love, but what he sees is just availability. Of course, a man is going to say, I love a girl approaching me. I love a girl doing stuff for me, because they're optimizing for efficiency. They're very efficient creatures with their energy. And that driver is coming from efficiency rather than an activation of his desire biology. To activate his biology, a man has to step up for a woman. And only then does he get the dopamine hit, the reward for the work that he's put in. And that is when the masculine addiction cycle begins.
The less you do for a man, the better you're going to feel and the better he's going to feel. Now, I know that probably goes against everything you've ever thought about or done in relationships, but let me explain. If you are feeling exhausted and resentful from the trying and the doing that you are experiencing around men, the trying to make him happy, trying to make the relationship work, trying to create some momentum in your relationship, then the reason why it feels exhausting and there's resentment for you is because you're in the wrong energy. That energy of doing and trying to make something happen is masculine energy. What you want to do is you want to be in your feminine energy. And feminine energy is all about being, it's all about emotions and feelings. It's a very inward energy. It's an energy that draws that masculine energy to her, because men, a masculine energy man, loves being in his masculine energy. He loves doing, he loves giving, he loves organising and planning and strategy and making a woman happy. A masculine energy man loves doing that. It's not exhausting for him. He doesn't feel resentful about that, and that's where we are so different. So if you're feeling resentment and exhaustion, then stop and be in your feminine energy. And it's the how that's really important in this, is how on earth do I stop doing? It's about being authentic and real and sharing with a man what's going on inside you, how you feel. Pointing, to where you want to go in the relationship, rather than telling him what he needs to do. It's literally about saying, I want to be married. I want to have a family. I want to feel loved. I want to feel cherished. I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. What do you think? It's communicating clearly about what you want, and then he gets to decide if that's what he wants to. And once he knows what you want, he will move heaven and earth to make that happen for you. I feel so happy when when I see your texts come through checking in on me. I feel so special. When you open the car door for me when we're going out, that gives him that information about what feels amazing, what makes you happy, and that's going to make him want to do more for you. Download my free ebook. There's lots of steps in there about how to be in your feminine energy, to inspire his masculine energy. You'll find the link in my bio, or email me and I'll send you a link to it. Click the plus button so you can hear more about being in your feminine energy. Love you.
To men, you want to make their lives more enjoyable, more meaningful even. But whatever you do, don't make their lives easier, because I know it sounds crazy, especially if you're like a nurturing girl, especially if you're the oldest daughter, like you just want to jump in, you want to help, you want to fix it, but that energy, it just doesn't work with men, because they're just not going to appreciate it. They're just not going to value it. It's just going to make him lazy, and you're going to be resentful in the long run. It's just going to make him comfortable in what he is. Instead, give him something to do. Give him something to solve, something to work on. Don't make his life easier. Instead, make him work. Make him do something. He needs to feel needed. He needs to not feel comfortable, because a man that feels like he's not needed is gonna get comfortable or just stop showing up. Like, you need to show him that he's useful for something. Like, that's the advice. Like, don't make it too easy for him.
A lot of women need to learn how to become incompetent. And this is what I was saying on my Instagram story, like just now. Okay, basically, like, I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking Nigerian food. Yeah. Okay, so I was saying how a lot of women will never experience a man cooking for them, doing things for them, because you refuse to be incompetent. Like, see, with me, when a guy's approaching me, and like all my exes, they knew that I was like useless. Okay, let's say that, useless, because that's what they like to say against you. And then you girls be thinking, oh, I'm not useless. Like, a lot of you guys want to prove yourself. Like, okay, I don't care if you're good at cooking. Don't cook for him. Learn to be incompetent. Like I was saying, so immediately before these guys even get with me, they know, like, I'm not cooking, I'm not this, I'm not this. You need to say that. Sometimes with men, you have to train them. Because what men will try to do is, especially black men, especially like Nigerian African men, okay? What they'll try to do is bully you and make fun of you into you playing your role. Sometimes men can like try to switch the power dynamic. So yeah, with like one of my exes, well, all my exes, they would always cook for me, but with this one particular guy, he was trying to be like, oh, I want her to start cooking for me, da, 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 da. So what he did was, he was like, oh, basically he just tried to, like, he kept nagging me about cooking. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I made a dish, and I made the dish disgusting. And guess what? He never asked for me to cook for him ever again. And then he kept being like, oh my God, the food, like, he kept making jokes about it, like, oh my God, you can't cook. Yeah, and you're not gonna ask me to. So I can play that game, because men do it all the time. They pretend like they don't know how to wash the dishes. They pretend like they don't know how to do this, they don't know how to do that. Learn how to be incompetent. Why I do this and be incompetent is because I hate an incompetent man. Okay, if I can't cook, you better be sorting something out. You better be cooking for me or ordering food. Learn to say no. Learn to say, oh my God, my legs hurt. I can't do that. I can't do this. Stop falling for the bullying or like the shaming. That's what men do. Come on, girl, wake up. Like, they shame you into submission, or they try to use fear into submission. I don't give a rat's. I don't care. Okay, it's never gonna work on me, boy, ever. Anyways, ladies, start pretending like you don't know how to do shit. Start lying. Okay, it actually really pisses me off when women don't know how to lie to men. Like, it actually gets me heated. Even talking about it right now, it makes me so mad. I lie. Everything that comes out of my mouth is a lie. But look, that will be a whole different type of video. Anyways, let me get back to cooking my food, okay? And if you like this video, don't forget to like and follow for more.
It doesn't matter if you can do it yourself. You're going to get him to do it for you. Men are providers. For them to be in their masculine energy, they need to provide. Their need to provide is greater than that of having a dream girl. They would trade you in for a downgrade who they can provide for than the dream girl who has no role for them to play in their life. Let me explain. I can cook, but I don't like cooking. So when I'm with my partner, I let him cook for me because I allow him to provide me with something. Now we're going to inject small bits of gratitude which will keep him repeating this behavior. I love it when you cook for me. It's one of my favorite things that you do. That meal was so beautiful. I really, really enjoyed that. We have to have it next week.
Don't you dare make it easy for that man. You have a role to play in his life, and it is not laying everything out for him so that he doesn't have any challenge. Your role in a man's life is to help him rise, is to help him see his potential, is to help him operate from a place of personal greatness. And you don't do that by doing everything for him or giving him all the cheat codes. You do that by holding him accountable, by initiating your own personal boundaries and sticking to it, and by giving him consequences when he doesn't do what he says, when he is not the provider that he's supposed to be, when he is not consistent, and when he does not operate it from a place of sacred masculinity. Your job as his woman is to help him grow, is to set a higher expectation and standard for him and allow him to rise to that occasion. And if he doesn't, you don't do it for him. You leave him alone and give him the time he needs to grow.
So guys, let's continue. This comment, let's see what this person has to say, because this comment is kind of negative. So this person said, no, I don't have to say negative. Let's just read and see what the person said. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. So this person said, Gen Z women are doomed if you take this to an extreme. It's giving man hater. How about allowing things to develop organically? And if you are not feeling it, then leave. These men bashing game are weak and may catch on. Believe it or not, some of them are actually not as dumb as you think they are. So this other person then replied and said, it is not hating men to say that they need to be adult and handle their own lives. The concept of being useless as a woman is about not making space for men who have continued to rely on women for the majority of their needs. You understand? That is what we're talking about here. The expectation of adulthood should be the same. However, we always expect women to take care of the majority of their partner needs. That is what we are talking about here.
That man can't make a plan to save his life, and yet you always make time whenever he does pop up. You are clearing your schedule for this man who obviously doesn't value your time because he hits you up last minute, and his schedule is so jam-packed whenever you do try to make plans in advance. If he can't make time for you, girl, you have no time for him. Stop being so available and leave that man alone.
As a woman who always gets the best out of men, like the best version, I'm going to tell you it's not because I'm prettier than you or better laborer than you or better in bed than you. It's the simple fact that I have standards and boundaries. And I say this as like I hold your hand, but the women who get the best out of a man, like no matter how bad he has ever been to other women, like he always is the best for me, and I have a track record of this, because just because he's a millionaire does not mean he's a good guy, right? But the reason that like he would show up the best for me is because I didn't accept any less. Like, first of all, easy access to me is not available. Like, I am a busy woman. I have things to do. I have like my own hobbies. I have my own businesses. Like, I have my own life. I'm not dropping anything for anyone because I genuinely don't want to. Because it's not bettering my life by stopping what I'm doing to give myself my time, my energy, my attention to another human. So men show me by investing in me. They automatically see that I'm always busy, that I always have things going on. They want access to me, so they pay for my week amount of pay because they want time with me this week. Or they want my attention all the time, so they just pay for everything and then give me money for all of my maintenance stuff. They give me money for my saving. They don't talk to other girls because they know I could talk to other guys. They know that I don't check their phone because I don't care. It's very easy for me to go on to the next millionaire, the next successful guy, the next man on the roster so easily if they were to mess up, and I don't need to put that in front of their face. I don't need to remind them daily that they need to act right. I don't need to remind them or check them or make them feel fearful because they already know. I have to have me time, so I'm always separating me time. Even if they buy my time, I still have me time that you cannot buy. I need my alone time. I will have a certain schedule and I'll let you know when that is. No, I'm not changing it. Also, you don't just get access to my body whenever you want, whether we're dating, whether we're married. Like, I'm busy and I have things to do. I like to invest in myself and pamper myself and have self-care time and free time. Again, so my body is not just unlimitedly available. I don't care for opinions. I don't care what you think about how I look for the day. I'm not searching for validation like, oh my God, do you think I look good today? No, I look fire today. And if you can't see that, you need to go get your eyes checked.
or rechecked if you already got them checked. I don't care what you want to do. If you want to do something that I don't want to do, then you can go do that by yourself, and I'm going to do something by myself. If you want to do something with me, you're going to do something that I want to do. Another thing, I'm not your mother. I'm not picking up your prescription. I'm not making sure like you heal from your cough or from your surgery. I'm not worried about you having red shot eyes and like blood gushing out of your nose. Like, you're grown. You can make an appointment. Now, if you want to ask for my opinion on something, like, hey, do you think if I shove gauze up my nose or take a Tylenol, it would help this? For sure. But I'm not going out of my way to be your mother. I'm not going out of my way to make sure you're okay today. I'm not going out of my way to make sure your feelings aren't hurt today. We're not responsible for other people's feelings, okay? You can regulate yourself or call a therapist.
Whether some men agree or not, the truth is that women are beginning to wake up. I mean, a lot of women, because some women already understand this thing long time ago, but some of them that haven't really understand this, the way men uses women, now they are beginning to wake up. Now they are beginning to realize, and now they are taking the bull by the horn, not letting man use them. Because some relationships are just based on what you can give, what you can do, the value you can add to that relationship as a woman. Nobody's really talking about what the man can add or the value he can add, what he can give. Like for me, I just feel that women, they love unconditionally. Why men, they love conditionally? Because of that, women tend to do too much in relationship. They tend to let themselves be used domestically, emotionally, physically, every aspect. They are just, most of them, not all anyway, they are always being used. Let me put it that way. They exhaust themselves too much. They give too much in the relationship, and at the end of the day, most of the time, it doesn't favor them. The kind of effort that most women are putting in the relationship, if it's the kind of effort that most men are also putting in the relationship, relationship would have been working perfectly. But no, women tend to love unconditionally, while men love conditionally. If you are not giving that thing that they expect you to give in relationship, I mean, as a woman, that thing that you are supposed to give according to some men, what they believe that you are supposed to give, value that they expect you to impute in that relationship, if you are not putting it, you will see that they are pulling back. They will not love you the same way that you are loving them. But women, you will see most women, their man will not be financially okay, like they will not be, even some of them will not be having attention for them and the kids and all of that, helping them in domestic work and all of that. You will see the woman still in the marriage, having hope in the marriage, wish it will never ever happen. If it will be the match, if it's reverse, if reverse will be the case, it will never happen. Meaning men love conditionally while women love unconditionally. So don't allow anybody use you. Love, relationship is partnership, and it should be 50-50. Don't let anybody exhaust you in that relationship because you are a woman. So that is why women are now waking up saying no, they have to be useless to a man. If you are not putting the same effort and putting in that relationship, then I don't see any reason why I should put my efforts too much in the relationship that I am not also gaining. Anyway, guys, what do you think? If you agree with them in the comment section, let me know. If you do not also agree with these points that they gave and all of that, also let me know in the comment section. Anyway, guys, let me leave you guys here till I come your way again next time. Remember this. Bye.